We back with another one, man. They done had to rush Ray J to the hospital, man. Prayers up for Ray J. Let's see what's going on, man.
Ray J took the stage on Valentine's Day with blood running down his face, a heart monitor strapped to his chest, and a diagnosis that says his heart is barely functioning. Ray J is determined to go out with a bang, but the strain took its toll. Blood, a heart monitor, and a Valentine's Day stage. On February 14, 2026, Ray J, born William Ray Norwood Jr., age 45, stepped onto the stage at the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium in Louisiana for an intimate Valentine's Day concert by Kelly Price and friends. The lineup was stacked with R&B veterans, Kelly Price as the headliner, alongside...
Hey, all that I was finna say, is that Bobby Valentino right there? Mr. Slowdown? Slow it down. Okay.
Bobby V, Sammy, 702, Jay Holiday, Sunshine Anderson, and Pleasure P, who was added late to the bill. Doors opened at 7 p.m., show at 8. Tickets were available through Ticketmaster. It was promoted as a romantic, soulful night of non-stop R&B hits for couples celebrating the holiday in an intimate auditorium setting. Not a massive arena, but a close-quarters venue where fans could feel the energy directly. And then, Ray J took the stage in a bright orange jumpsuit and sunglasses, and within minutes, the entire internet was talking about what they saw on his face. Ray J was one of the key performers on the bill, and from the moment he appeared, the crowd responded with the warmth reserved for an artist whose catalog soundtracked their relationships, their heartbreaks, their Valentine's Days past. Expect classics like One Wish and other R&B staples. That was the promise of the night, and Ray J appeared ready to deliver. He was smiling, moving with confidence, leaning into the intimate energy of the room. But the cameras rolling in the audience captured something that no amount of showmanship could mask. Multiple fan-recorded videos showed a red liquid, unmistakably resembling blood, dripping from beneath his sunglasses down the right side of his cheek. This was not a brief blink.
Oh my God. Hold on. His eye was bleed? Prayers up for Ray J, man. Blood coming out your eyes, crazy.
And you miss it moment. The streak was persistent and visible as he moved across the stage, handed out red roses to women in the front rows, leaned in to chat with audience members, and delivered fan-favorite R&B performances. In at least one clip, he briefly lifted or adjusted his sunglasses, and the liquid appeared to originate directly from the eye area itself. He didn't stop. He didn't wipe it away with urgency. He didn't acknowledge it to the crowd. He kept performing as though nothing was happening, maintaining the same Valentine's Day energy.
Bobby Valentino sitting right there. I ain't telling him to slow down or nothing. It be your own people. Be your own people.
The audience had paid to experience. Then came the second shock of the night. Midway through his set, Ray J unzipped the top of his orange jumpsuit, deliberately exposing his bare chest to the crowd. There, on the upper left side of his torso, sat a prominent medical patch or dressing, widely identified by fans and media outlets like Complex, Yahoo, and Hindustan Times as a heart monitor, likely a Holter monitor or similar cardiac monitoring device. He appeared to reveal it intentionally while continuing to sing, as though the device were part of the performance itself, rather than evidence that his body was being actively tracked for failure. Before the show, Ray J had posted on Facebook acknowledging the device directly. He wrote that he had a heart monitor attached to his chest and still felt blessed to be outside with the people. That post, read in retrospect, functions less as a celebration of resilience and more as a confession, an acknowledgement that this performance was happening against the backdrop of a body in active medical distress. He was telling the world in advance that his heart was being monitored in real time, and he was choosing to perform anyway. The question fans would later ask, and that medical professionals watching the footage would inevitably weigh in on, was whether a man 5 weeks removed from a hospitalization for heart failure should have been on any stage at all, let alone one where he was physically exerting himself for an extended R&B set in front of hundreds of people. The videos went viral within hours, not gradually, but explosively. Millions of views accumulated across Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. The reactions split sharply into two camps. The overwhelming overwhelming majority expressed raw, unfiltered concern. Prayers up for Ray J flooded comment sections and timelines. Hashtags like "Someone pray for Ray J" trended across platforms. Fans pointed out that a 45-year-old man bleeding from his eye while wearing a cardiac monitor on a public stage was not entertainment. It was a distress signal broadcast to thousands of people in real time. Medical commentators, including nurses participating in live chats, speculated the eye bleeding could indicate cirrhosis.
That's crazy. But he hit the stage with a heart monitor like Ray J a true performer. Because I'm telling you right now, if it was me, I'm not doing none of that. I'm chilling. I'm put up. Like, he got a whole heart monitor on. That's crazy.
End-stage liver complications, or vascular damage from chronic high blood pressure, though none of that was confirmed by Ray J or his medical team. The second camp questioned whether any of it was real. Some observers suggested the blood was a dramatic stage effect, fake blood, prosthetics, or deliberate theatrical provocation designed to generate exactly the kind of social media explosion it produced. Others labeled it performance art or a health scare flex, arguing that Ray J had a documented history of publicity-generating moments and that the timing felt too cinematic to be coincidental. The skeptics pointed to one critical fact: Ray J did not collapse. He did not need emergency medical attention during or after the show. He finished his full set, appeared energetic and committed throughout, and reportedly told fans afterward that he was perfectly fine, with no visible blood remaining on his face. No reports surfaced of him requiring any intervention backstage. He powered through the entire performance as though the red streak on his cheek and the cardiac device on his chest were mere accessories, props in the theater of Ray J's ongoing reinvention. For those in the skeptic camp, that resilience was itself the evidence. A man with a heart at 25% does not hand out roses and perform R&B ballads for an hour without collapsing. Something they argued did not add up, but the chest patch had no stage effect. That was medically real, and it was entirely consistent with everything Ray J had publicly disclosed in the 5 weeks prior. Disclosures that had already sent shockwaves through the entertainment world and dominated headlines from TMZ to NBC News, because what happened on that Shreveport stage did not happen in isolation. It happened exactly 5 weeks after Ray J was rushed to a Las Vegas hospital, where doctors delivered a diagnosis that shattered any illusion of invincibility he had been carrying for decades. The blood may have been debatable, the heart monitor was not, and the story behind that device, a story of pneumonia, heart failure, 8 medications, and a prognosis that included the word months, is where this narrative takes its darkest turn. As of February 16th, 2026, Ray J has not issued a direct public statement addressing the specific visuals from the Shreveport performance. Not the blood, not the patch, not the implications of performing under those conditions. He has been posting normally on social media otherwise, maintaining his public-facing presence. But the footage from that Valentine's Day concert has now fused with the hospital footage from January to create a single escalating narrative that the internet cannot stop.
Yeah, Ray J's supposed to be in a house somewhere with his feet kicked up, chilling.
Discussing. Ray J is performing with a failing heart, bleeding from his eye on a public stage, and the gap between his ambition and his body's capacity appears to be narrowing by the week. 25% and counting. On January 6, 2026, TMZ reported that Ray J had been admitted to a Las Vegas hospital with severe pneumonia and heart pains. He underwent x-rays and an echocardiogram while medical staff assessed the extent of the damage. Footage obtained by TMZ showing him lying in a hospital bed, connected to monitors, oxygen lines, and IVs, wearing a blue cap while doctors conducted cardiac examinations, spread rapidly across social media and news outlets, becoming the viral hospital footage that would define the first month of 2026 coverage on Ray J. It was not the first time pneumonia had nearly killed him. In October 2021, he had been hospitalized in Miami for a severe case of non-COVID pneumonia, forced to share a wing with COVID-19 patients due to pandemic-era hospital protocols, and told TMZ at the time that he thought it was over. That earlier episode required oxygen support and an extended recovery period. But the January 2026 hospitalization was categorically different. The pneumonia didn't just attack his lungs this time. It triggered, or more accurately unmasked, masked a catastrophic heart condition that had been silently building for years beneath the surface of his celebrity lifestyle. In emotional Instagram live videos posted around January 25-28, 2026, Ray J laid bare the full, devastating scope of his diagnosis. His heart, he revealed to his followers in real time, was functioning at only 25% capacity.
I want to thank everybody for praying for me. I was in the hospital.
That admission, delivered with an almost casual directness on a live stream, sandwiched between business announcements and personal banter, was medically staggering. A normal heart's ejection fraction ranges between 55 and 70%. At 25%, a patient falls squarely into the territory of severe heart failure with reduced ejection fraction, classified under current AHA, ACC, HFSA guidelines as HFrEF, a condition that, without aggressive treatment, carries significant mortality risks.
My heart's only beating like 25%, but as long as I stay focused and stay on the right path.
Ray J attributed the damage squarely to years of self-destructive choices.
Man, they tell me that I'ma still be in the hospital. We need to get it up to 100%. What y'all mean 25%? Well, I'm gonna be here till we get it to 100.
He had made during the height of his fame. He described consuming 4 to 5 bottles of alcohol daily, heavy substance use, including Adderall and other pills, and a relentless cycle of partying that he believed had left his body irreparably compromised. He described one side of his heart as black and done, language that, while not clinical in nature, conveyed the raw gravity of what imaging had revealed to his doctors. He admitted openly that he had felt invincible for far too long, and that the bill for that invincibility had finally come due all at once. The prognosis, as Ray J relayed it to his audience, was dire. He told fans that doctors indicated he may not survive long, deploying phrases like, "2027 is definitely a wrap for me," and referencing having only months left to live. The claims were picked up by virtually every major outlet. NBC News reported on it. People magazine ran an extensive feature. Billboard covered the health update in detail. USA Today published its own account. Page 6 reported that he claimed he would not live past 2027. The combination of leaked hospital footage from TMZ and his raw, self-recorded Instagram videos kept the topic trending through the final days of January 2026 and into February. In a follow-up TMZ interview on January 29th, Ray J detailed his treatment regimen with unusual specificity. He was on 8 different medications, among them Entresto, Sacubitril, Valsartan, a first-line ARNI drug that reduces cardiac strain and is considered the gold standard for HFrEF treatment, Jardiance, empagliflozin, an SGLT2 inhibitor originally developed for diabetes.
Hell, he gotta take all them medicines. Whatever to get that heart back together good though, man.
But now recognized as a core pillar of heart failure therapy that dramatically reduces hospitalization and death risk. Lipitor, atorvastatin for cholesterol management. 5 additional medications remained unnamed, but contributed to a daily pharmaceutical regimen that reflected the seriousness of his diagnosis.
Plus 5 more unnamed medicines, y'all. That's crazy. Like, bro, prayers up for Ray J.
Doctors had placed him on strict bed rest, no alcohol, no smoking, 0 deviation. They were also preparing him for a potential pacemaker or implantable cardioverter defibrillator, a device that prevents sudden cardiac death from arrhythmias in patients with low ejection fraction, with a decision pending a follow-up appointment 2 weeks out. His sister Brandy Norwood emerged as the anchor of his support system. Ray J credited her publicly with covering his medical and personal bills for the entirety of 2026, a financial intervention he described with visible emotion during multiple videos. He told viewers that Brandy paid his bills for the rest of the year, calling it crazy in a tone that suggested he still could not fully process the gesture. The siblings have always been close. They collaborated on the 2010 reality show. Brandy and Ray J, a family business, and have referenced each other in interviews for decades. But this was different. This was his older sister stepping in because her younger brother's body was shutting down, and the medical costs of keeping it running were beyond what he could manage alone while bedridden. The Los Angeles Times confirmed the sibling support angle, and USA Today reported on the family rallying around him, including his parents Sonia and Willie Norwood, accompanying him to doctor visits and providing day-to-day care as he navigated the early weeks of his new medical reality. Even in the midst of sharing these life-altering revelations, Ray J could not entirely separate the gravity of his condition from the unfiltered chaos of his personal life. During that same Instagram live session, the one where he disclosed his 25% heart function to the world, a woman woman identified as Sheila, who had been sitting with him in the hospital during recovery, playfully struck him while demonstrating boxing moves she had been learning. His reaction was immediate, visceral, and telling. What might have been a throwaway comedic moment on any other live stream became, in this context, a jarring reminder of just how physically fragile Ray J had become. The playful punch visibly rattled him, and his response was not performative irritation, it was genuine distress from a man whose cardiovascular system was operating at a fraction.
Yeah, if my heart already beating at 25%, don't hit me. Who you punching on? Hey, let me get 5 extra percent or 5 extra percent back to my heart, and I'm finna get up out this bed and we got a box, shorty. Ain't no way my heart beating at 25% and you hit me. Nah, it's going down.
Of its intended output.
I can't work out. Don't ever hit me like that again.
He went on to describe how the impact disrupted his equilibrium and threw off the left side of his thought processing, symptoms that, for a man with a heart pumping at a quarter of its normal capacity, carry implications far beyond a bruised ego. Reduced cardiac output can compromise blood flow to the brain, making even minor physical impacts potentially destabilizing in ways a healthy person would never notice. He said he would need to call his doctor, Dr. Gold, in the morning. He mentioned needing to take his pills immediately. The moment passed, the live stream continued, and the business announcements resumed. But for the viewers watching in real time, many of whom had tuned in specifically because of the health revelations, the message was unmistakable. This man's body is not okay, and he knows it. Every playful interaction, every casual physical contact now carries a weight it never did before. The empire, the legacy, and the question nobody wants to ask. To understand why Ray J's health crisis has consumed the internet with the ferocity that it has, you have to understand what Ray J built before his heart started failing. This is not a man fading quietly into obscurity whose medical struggles are treated as a footnote in a career that already ended. This is a man who has been a fixture in American entertainment for nearly 3 decades, spanning music, television, film, and technology, and who, against virtually every expectation placed on a mid-tier R&B artist from the early 2000s, turned celebrity into a diversified business empire worth tens of millions of dollars. Ray J entered the entertainment industry as a child, appearing in television commercials at age 8 and landing acting roles on The Sinbad Show from 1993 to 1994, with later guest appearances on Moesha, his sister Brandy's show, and One on One. He grew up in Carson, California, raised by his father Willie Norwood, a gospel singer, and his mother Sonia. His older sister is the Grammy-nominated singer and actress Brandy Norwood. His first cousin is Snoop Dogg. The entertainment DNA was inescapable from the beginning. By 1997, at 16 years old, he had released his debut album, Everything You Want.
I did not know Ray J and Snoop Dogg was cousins. I thought Snoop was everybody's uncle. When the hell they become cousins? Crazy.
With the single Let It Go charting in the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. His second album, This Ain't a Game, 2001, featuring Wait a Minute with Lil' Kim, debuted at number 21 on the Billboard 200 and established him as a legitimate commercial artist in R&B. The mid-2000s turned Ray J from a recognizable name into a mainstream cultural force. One Wish in 2005 peaked at number 11 on the Hot 100, sold over 400,000 copies domestically, and became what many critics and fans would later call a millennial R&B classic, one of those songs that defines an entire era of slow jams and late-night radio. It anchored his album Radiation, which debuted at number 48 on the Billboard 200. Then came Sexy Can I in 2008 with Jung Berg, his highest charting single, peaking at number 3 on the Hot 100 and earning double platinum certification. That track drove All I Feel to debut at number 7 on the Billboard 200, his best album chart position, while topping independent and R&B charts simultaneously. 5 studio albums total, a catalog of hits that still generate streaming royalties decades after release. He also founded his own label, Knockout Entertainment, around 2004-2005, giving him a measure of independence that many of his peers never achieved. His pivot to reality television in 2009 with For the Love of Ray J expanded his cultural footprint beyond music and into the realm of personality-driven entertainment. He followed it with Brandy and Ray J, a family business in 2010, and went on to appear on Love and Hip Hop, Hollywood and UK Celebrity Big Brother in 2017. These shows maintained his visibility, kept him relevant in pop culture conversations, and ensured that new generations of audiences knew his name, even if they had never heard One Wish on the radio. Then came the entrepreneurial chapter that defied every assumption about what an R&B reality TV star could accomplish in tech. Ray J co-founded Raycon in 2017 through his company Raytronics, a direct-to-consumer audio brand specializing in wireless earbuds and headphones. The company hit $10 million in sales within its first year, scaled rapidly to tens of millions annually, and reportedly accumulated over $300 million in cumulative revenue, according to various reports and interviews. He also launched Scoot e-bike, an electric scooter line he sold in a multi-million-dollar deal to Canadian firm Loopshare in 2019. His estimated net worth sits around $14 million, with some sources citing figures as high as $20 million. The man who entered the public consciousness as Brandy's little brother and a smooth-voiced R&B crooner had quietly constructed a business portfolio that dwarfed most of his musical contemporaries. And now, at
if that company got sold $300 million, how the hell he only worth $20 million? Where the rest of Ray J money at? Where the rest of his money at? There's no way you sell a company for $300 million and you only worth $20 million. Them numbers ain't adding up.
45, that entire portfolio, the music, the shows, the companies, the wealth, exists alongside a heart that functions at a quarter of its intended capacity.
I was about to literally shout out to Sheila holding me down in the hospital. I'm not gonna do that.
Even in the process of revealing his condition to the world, Ray J could not stop being the relentless hustler he has always been. The same live stream where he disclosed his 25% heart function doubled as a business launch event. He announced that his Tronics network was relaunching as a dedicated dating show platform, powered by the Zeus network, which he praised extensively as the dominant force in OTT streaming for urban entertainment. The juxtaposition was staggering. A man describing his heart as black and done in one stretch of the stream, then pivoting to promote For the Love of Ray J 3 and announce plans for 15 new dating shows shooting within 2 months. He shouted out Zeus network founder Lemmy, praised the OTT platform's disruption of linear television, and positioned Tronics as a dating show only vertical heading into 2026 and 2027, the very year he told his audience doctors said would be a wrap for him. Fan reactions to the full arc of this saga, from the January hospitalization to the Instagram revelations to the Shreveport performance, have been a volatile mixture of genuine concern and pointed skepticism. The supportive majority flooded his Instagram comments with prayers, healing wishes, and messages like "Heart at 25% is no joke." Hashtags like "Pray for Ray J" and "Get Well Ray J" circulated widely across X, Instagram, and TikTok. Some fans shared their own experiences with heart failure and low ejection fraction, offering encouragement drawn from personal survival. Others praised his transparency about the consequences of substance abuse, viewing his public warnings as genuine service from a man paying the price for choices he can no longer undo. But a significant and vocal minority accused him of leveraging the health crisis for publicity. Comments like, "Is he promoting a new show during his announcement?" and characterizations of the entire saga as a sympathy ploy gained traction in tabloid coverage, viral reposts, and social media threads. Some skeptics tied the timing to Ray J's ongoing custody battles and personal legal entanglements, suggesting the health revelations were strategically deployed for public sympathy at a convenient moment. The fact that he continued going live, brokering television deals, announcing production timelines, and planning dating shows while supposedly confined to bed rest struck those critics as fundamentally inconsistent with the terminal narrative he was presenting. The Los Angeles Times and Rolling Stone covered the story with the weight it warranted, a major entertainer publicly confronting mortality in real time. Vibe reported on his deteriorating heart health claims in extensive detail. No official family statements or doctor releases have contradicted his account. Brandy's documented financial intervention, the TMZ hospital footage, the prescribed medication regimen, and the visible heart monitor on that Shreveport stage all converge on the same conclusion. Whatever the full truth is, Ray J's health crisis is not fabricated.
He says she speaks Farsi every time I'm in it.
You're amazing.
I'm gonna go upstairs and heal.
That final line from the live stream, "I'm gonna go upstairs and heal," may be the most unguarded, honest statement Ray J has offered through all of this. Not
Go
the
upstairs
business
and stay
announcements, not the dating show promotional pitches, not the shout outs to networks, or the playful exchanges that veered into medical emergencies. Just a man at the end of a long broadcast, quietly acknowledging that his body needs what his relentless ambition has never been willing to grant it: time to rest and permission to stop. As of February 16, 2026, Ray J remains in a state of active, managed medical crisis. He is on 8 medications targeting heart failure, cholesterol, and cardiac protection. He is facing a potential surgical decision regarding a pacemaker or implantable defibrillator. He performed a full concert with visible blood and a heart monitor, 5 weeks after being told his heart barely functions. No official medical update has been released beyond his self-reported accounts and the TMZ interviews that corroborated them. His family, led by Brandy's financial support and his parents' presence at medical appointments, continues to surround him. Fans continue to post prayers. The question that hangs over every article, every reaction video, every comment section, and every viral clip is the one embedded in the title itself. Is it really over for Ray J? The medical literature says a 25% ejection fraction is survivable, treatable, even potentially reversible, with strict medication adherence, comprehensive lifestyle transformation, and vigilant cardiac monitoring over months and years. But the man who wore the heart monitor on a Valentine's Day stage in Shreveport, who bled from his eye in front of a live audience and finished the show, who announced a slate of dating shows while describing his own death timeline, that may
Yeah, man. Hopefully Ray J get better, man. Y'all send y'all prayers up for Ray J, man. This your boy Buddha. I'm out.